Well, thank you for joining us here at our food warehouse with St. Matthew's House. I'm Steve Brooder. I'm the Chief Operating Officer at St. Matthew's House, and today with us is Lorna McLean. She's our Food Assistance Manager. We're going to be giving you a tour of this food warehouse that didn't even exist until last August. The tremendous need for hunger because of COVID has mobilized us to get a warehouse set up. We're leasing this 10,000 square foot warehouse, and we have a lot of volunteers, over 200 volunteers serving. So we'll take you through this operation and just talk to you a little bit more about our food assistance program. We started because pre-COVID, last February, we were serving about 400 households a week with groceries. And then COVID came. So there was a huge demand for serving people that had hunger needs, and that has now grown to over 20,000 households a month that we've been serving, and we continue. We're going to see that need likely continue through the summer. We're going to be talking about some of our needs as we work through the summer. So we're going to take you on a tour today, and we'll give you more information, and we'll have some questions. We'll meet some volunteers. So come with us, join us today on this tour. Lorna, I thought it would be good to talk about this area, how you use this to greet volunteers, and maybe talk about some of your goal setting that you have.
Sure. Steve, this is our lobby where the volunteers come and they check in. They take a couple minutes every day to review our goals. We have goals that we set up through the week. Right now, we are delivering and distributing 33 pallets a week to our community. That is huge. That's a huge number. And one of the emphasis that we tell our volunteers when they come in through the door is to really look at the chart. Look at the chart, see our goals that are set for the day. Every day we set a goal, whether it's 5 pallets, 7 pallets, 8 pallets. And we make sure that we're able to accomplish whatever we need at the end of the week because all the hard work that they do here pays off to the families when they receive our boxes. Each pallet that they end up making every day, they focus on the need is, but it's 112 families per pallet that they're feeding. So every pallet, they do 8 pallets a day, which that's what we're trying to make, is 112 families, and that feeds 448 people. So it's a huge number that they make, but we'll go back there and you'll see the wonderful work that they're doing.
We'll see all that, and Lorna and her team have just put together this huge logistical operation to be able to feed all these people and create all these pallets. You'll get a chance to see us putting these pallets together. So let's walk back to the warehouse and see a little more of the activity. We're going to be seeing a couple different areas as we walk through the warehouse. You'll see that there's several production areas set up. Let's come in here and take a look at this area. Lorna, this is kind of set aside with some special needs. Can you talk about what this area encompasses?
In our warehouse, there are many needs and many things that we try to give to our communities. Our community, as far as Naples, Collier County, Lee County, they do a wonderful job when it comes to donating items. And this room particularly is set aside, and if the camera could show, for toiletries. Anything from toilet paper to hand sanitizers, toothpaste, toothbrushes. Our need right now in this particular area that we do distributions every day would be toilet paper and paper towels. Believe it or not, that's one of the items that people need every single day. And we also, not only do we focus on toiletries, but we have cleaning supplies and baby food. So in this area, as you can see, very, very limited right now what we have for our community, but we have baby food, we have cleaning supplies. And when we talk about hurricane season coming up, this is key, the cleaning supplies. So I'm going to throw this out there. If by any chance there are cleaning supplies, anything from Clorox to window cleaning, anything at all that you would think in the community that you could donate, if it's a buy one, get one, or anything that you're not using in your home right now, please bring it to this wonderful room. We'll sort it out here. And our programs also, when we talk about what else does the warehouse do, we supply many things to our programs. And a lot of our women's shelter, and also in the women's program, they might have families and babies, and definitely these are some of the items that are needed when we talk about needs in this area, in this room.
You'll see as we go through, there are some empty shelves and some scarce shelves. So we'll talk about the needs that we have going into summer with a lot of our donors and folks heading back north. Now's a time where there's a great need to keep to fill the demand. Absolutely. For not only the folks in our shelters and our programs, but the community at large. So, and as Lorna mentioned, with hurricane season coming, we're stocking up with water and other supplies to be ready to respond any way we can in the community. So let's walk into the warehouse now. We have an area here. I know, Lorna, you wanted to mention water because we just were talking about our hurricane response.
Yes, water is another need. It's a major component to what people ask, and sometimes they'll go without electricity or they'll go without fresh water, and this is something that we really want to provide for them in every single distribution once we're called to action. If a hurricane does come around or the need in general comes around, we always try to have in each of our distributions something to hand out, whether it's water or a juice, something for the household.
And Lorna, there's some fresh produce here, some corn and watermelons, and I think you had a lot more here yesterday when I was visiting. So talk about some of the fresh produce coming into the warehouse.
So this is all because of our partners in the food banks, Midwest and Harry Chapin. Thank you so much. If it wasn't because of our food bank partners, we definitely would not be able to get these fresh produce. It's watermelon season, so each family that comes to our distribution will be getting some type of fresh produce. That is one of our goals in our distributions, is to provide fresh produce to all of our families, along with our boxes that we'll see back there when they're put together. But we definitely want to encourage, if there's farmers or any big community that you might know of that would like to do, again, more fundraising for us as far as fresh produce, let us know. We'd love to participate in anything that any community or business would like to donate to us.
You kind of mentioned partnerships there. Partnerships are so key to this food assistance program, with Harry Chapin and Midwest Food Bank being our primary food bank partners. But we have an awful lot of community partners that work with us, corporations, and you do food drives in the communities, right? So talk a little bit about the community food drives. How many communities have participated in that? During
2020 and 2021, we've had 30 communities, and those are HOAs, that's a neighborhood. That's huge, 30 communities during 2021. But I'm going to put out there a challenge to see if we could double that number. Okay. I would love to see, anywhere between 50 to 60 communities, neighborhoods participate in food drives for us. I know the summer months are a little bit different, but there's definitely things that we could still, bring in and do. It won't be as large as our normal months during the fall, but definitely it could be done. There's never a can that we will turn away or a dollar that we will turn away, especially when it comes to feeding our community. We talk about the numbers, 20,000 families. Sometimes you'll see this corn and you'll see the watermelon that's here. Sometimes it's just not enough at the end of the day. As quickly as it comes in here, that's as quickly as it goes out.
And that's something that we can't demonstrate today, but the flow is daily and constant. So as fast as food comes in, it's going out to our distribution sites. We have 12 distribution sites now, and that's, we call it our mobile pantry model, but it's a way to move food from this warehouse out to the people that are in need. You heard the challenge from Lorna. If you're in a community out there that hasn't already done a food drive, that would be something to consider, and certainly you can get a hold of St. Matthew's House and help us out with that. Lorna, this is a production setup here, and we're going to see the big production setup in the back, but just quickly tell us why there are two production lines here.
So if I could actually, could we walk down a little bit and I could show you some of our items. So in the back here, you will see that this is all of the items that come in through our pantry. What happens at this warehouse from our pantry that's at 2601 Airport Pooling, all and everything that's donated to St. Matthew's House as far as pantry goods or dry items, things that will not go to waste, go through our pantry. Then they come here, they're sorted, they go through inventory, and we put them for our distribution, so they're set aside. But part of that logistic is that we also put a value to what's donated. And impressively enough, we've had a tremendous 2021. The start of 2021 so far, we've had about close to $50,000 worth of donations from our pantry at 2601 Airport Pooling, where everybody dries up. And
those are just drop-offs, individuals dropping off at our drop-off center.
Yeah, but everything that goes there comes here. But our shelves are a little dry right now. They're empty. There's not as full as we would love to see them, which in the long run kind of hurts us a little bit because we're not able to provide our families with good substance and good food, good meals. And you'll hear some celebration in the back. Those are our volunteers celebrating all of the pallets that they're doing, which we'll get to in a little bit.
Yeah, it's typically a challenge. Every time we have a different group of volunteers come in, they're challenged, and they step up to the challenge to try to create more pallets than a record. Yeah. We've talked about needs. During the summer, we've said there's a great need. Kids are out of school, so the meals that they're used to having at school, now the parents are having to fill those needs. So we'll talk about operational needs. There's always trucks and equipment and supplies that is needed here. But certainly food is what drives us.
And one of the things, Steve, too, that I wanted to share is right here over to our right. People ask all the time, well, how do I know what to purchase? How do I know what you guys need? First of all, our Facebook, our website are great tools to use. Please, I encourage you guys to go to our stmatthewshouse.org, visit the website, go to our Facebook page and visit that as often as you can. But these are some of the items that we really are in need of right now. It's the Chef Boyardee, can of tuna, mashed potato instant packets, and you'll see that the reason I kind of wanted to display these, it's because of the size. Our boxes that we give to our community it's a 12 by 9 box. So when our donors are purchasing these items, please think of the size, think of exactly, is this gonna fit in our box? And is it gonna break in our box? So we try to limit our glass that we put in our boxes. So all of these right now are just items that we truly need, and we would love more donations, especially when it comes to kid-friendly meals in the summer. Kid-friendly meals are a priority right now. We want to give families, especially those that might have to go to work and leave the kids home by themselves. There are situations that take place like that, and we want the kids to be able to prepare these meals by themselves and have snacks around the house. So if you're thinking you're out shopping, buy one, get one, or are just blessed and are able to contribute to our donation, please do so.
That's great. That's great. Well, let's walk down to the other end of the warehouse. I want to introduce some volunteers that are working. As we're walking, the camera can show you all the incoming food. This is from our food bank partners. So this is what comes in. And then we move down to the other area where you see pallets that are already prepared all around us. So these are the boxed food items that are going out to our distribution sites. So it's truly they have a first in, first out method. So we get the food out to the line and then it can be boxed down here. What we're gonna see is a production line that, again, was really created out of the need. And we'll talk to some volunteers.
This is not stockpiling either. This is 2 weeks supply in this warehouse.
That's very important. That's what we're working on, a 2-week supply to get out to our distribution sites. Let's walk down to the production line. You can see a lot of activity here. So these folks are volunteers, are over 200 volunteers. Today we have people from First Baptist Church Naples, and I'm going to try to pull Pastor Kevin in here from First Baptist Church. This is a very efficient process. Pastor Kevin,
Hey.
we're glad you're here.
Hey, it's good to be here.
Yeah, so you're here today with your family, and we're going to hold up the line a little bit today. But First Baptist Church Naples was our first church partner to join us last May to help us with the distributions. And I know that your volunteers have been such a huge part of this operation. You want to just talk a little bit about what it's meant to your church and your people?
Yeah, it's been incredible. Last May, met with you. I remember in our conference room going, how can we help the community? And your staff, your team, St. Matt's, it's been an incredible partnership. And we have had hundreds of our people mobilized out with you guys. Of course, we were doing like bi-weekly distributions there during the pandemic, and then during the summer, just ran it all summer and then just kept it going throughout the school year. Now we're back kind of increasing during the summer again. But what I have loved is it's given us a chance to really just get our people be in the hands and feet of Jesus. And you guys have given us a great tool to do that. And then it's kind of fun. We brought a team down today to just kind of begin on the other end of this, because we're on usually the giving out side. So it's really neat to kind of see how it all comes together. And it's been great. We're trying to set records today with packing boxes. So, you're messing us up here.
And we're holding you up. We'll give you a little bit of extra effort or time to make those records. Well, thank you all. Thanks, Pastor Kevin. Thanks, everybody, for being here.
Yes, and we definitely are blessed to partner with you guys.
It's been a true partnership that has really been so beneficial to St. Matthew's House and First Baptist Church Naples and many of the other churches that are partners. Let's walk back so we can get out of the way. Our folks really want to get back to work. So I'll just mention, as we're closing our time together, we hope this has given you a glimpse into our food warehouse facility and our food assistance program. And I did want to mention again that there's always need. The food is always needed. We think it's going to get a little harder to serve all the households in the summer, but we also have those operating needs coming up. So we thank you so much for joining us today. Bob, were there questions coming in from our streaming?
Yes, Stephen, we have a question. If a church group is watching, or maybe another community group, and they want to get involved here in the warehouse, what do they need to do to get involved?
That's a great question. Do you want to speak to that?
The first step is to probably contact our engagement department, and in our website, actually, let's go for our website. I've been saying go to stmatthewshouse.org, and in our website you will find ways to help. When you go under ways to help, there's a volunteer link that will pop down. Click on the volunteer link, and step by step it will guide you on ways to get involved and choose the warehouse when you want to volunteer your time here. This is a great opportunity now in the summer to come in, during the fall, anytime.
And you can see it's a great way to bring a team in to work here at the warehouse. I don't think you've gone a week where there haven't been some new volunteers who have stepped up to the challenge to try to build more pallets to go out to feed the hungry. One thing we didn't mention is we've been doing these drive-up distributions since last April, March and April. But we haven't really touched areas of food insecurity in Collier County that we're still hoping to get to, and that's part of our design, to be able to reach folks that can't make it out to the distributions. You want to mention that, how we can see that going in the future?
Absolutely. So one of our goals is to touch the areas or be present in the areas that have food insecurity moving forward. If you are a church or in a community that probably knows or you're actually right there in a food insecurity area or food desert, what we call food desert, please let us know, because we're here to serve. We're here to do that. That's our mission. We will love to be present in those areas with the food desert. We know we've labeled and we have actually targeted those areas, and we know where those are. But if you are a church, please contact us. We'd love to get together.
Bob, there was another question.
Yes, Steve, we have a question. The question is, St. Matthew's House loves to get food donations. If someone wants to financially donate to food distribution, can St. Matthew's House turn those funds into more potential food than, say, an average person would with those funds?
Absolutely. We have some great opportunities to leverage cash or monetary donations to be able to buy more food. And we have great buying partnerships. Harry Chapin Food Bank is one. You have several other relationships with vendors.
Absolutely. That is the best way.
Yeah.
If you're looking to purchase a big amount or big quantity, please contact us, because at the end of the day, our dollar goes further with our buying power that we have.
So that's a great question. Another great way to help. If you can't get out to buy the food or bring the food to us, monetary donations can always be multiplied to feed more people. I know that this team here today is very enthusiastic, and they're working to break a record. Each time that we've had a new group in, I think they rise to the challenge. We had a group of contractors come in that they were determined to break the record to build more pallets than anybody else.
And I believe the record's 13 pallets today. That's the record. Yeah.
Good. Well, we're so happy that you were able to join us just for a few minutes to kind of see what our food assistance program is all about. And join us. Join us by volunteering. Join us by donating. As we mentioned, beyond food, there's always the operational needs for the program. And we want to continue to serve the community, the hungry in the community. There's still a lot of folks out there that are still impacted by COVID and are trying to recover. And those are the people that we're serving right now with these groceries. So thank you for joining us today at St. Matthew's House and our food warehouse.